All right, we're going to refresh or feed the sourdough starter that I started, I think about 3 years ago. Not during COVID, but after COVID. Traditionally, it's equal parts. I use AP flour, some people use bread flour. So equal parts of AP flour, water, and sourdough. But recently, a very dear friend of mine who took some of my sourdough and has outshined me in the baking department taught me that 30 grams of starter, 125 grams of water, and 140 grams of flour will really refresh it. And if I'm going to leave it in the refrigerator for a bit, I typically feed it this way, and then I end up with no hooch on the surface at all. So we're going to clear the scale and then weigh it. So I have already pulled out 30 grams of starter and put that in here. Use this instead of a funnel. Go ahead and give it a good stir. I will leave this out on the counter if I'm going to be baking, but I am not going to be baking today, so I'm going to just put a lid on it and stick it in the fridge. If I was going to be baking and I needed this to start rising now, I would put a coffee filter with a rubber band on it and just let it sit. And what I usually do is I go ahead and put the rubber band and the filter on it and then put the lid on and stick it in the refrigerator. So that's how I feed my sourdough. I'm going to leave it in there until I'm ready to use it. If it sits there for a while and you end up seeing some hooch, which would be liquid on the top that's grayish looking, then of course you're going to need to pull it out, feed it, discard some of it. This discard that I have, I'm going to make granola with. It's the binder in the granola that I make. And possibly some in there for the rolls I need to make. But I never throw away my discard. I always end up finding something to do with it. I hope this was helpful.